It's recording.
Filming.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Charismatic Alpaca.
I'm Ellieannes.
And we're doing the Cosplay Tag.
Woo.
I was tagged by I'm in the Outcast, aka Bishinizers. Yeah.
And then she tagged me by being like, hey, you want to do this?
Well, in this is probably take 6 for me, and in takes 1 through 5, I was tagging her, and then, yeah.
Oh,
and then she appeared. It's like, yes.
Here I am.
We're going to answer some questions.
Yes.
Mine's Charismatic Alpaca, and I got that because it was a dumb inside joke between me and me, and it's just a play on Drama Llama, but obviously it had to be more complicated than that.
I don't really have a cosplay name, but the name of my blog is ellieannes, and that's because it's my name with my last initial. So I'm not that creative with naming things.
My adventure into this adventure was a long and winding one, which began with some friends of mine talked me into reading Fruits Basket, and they, I guess, stayed up until like 2 a.m. putting post-it notes over the bad words so I could read them. I was a youngin'. But then those same friends, it's Abby Lou Who and her sister on Facebook, dragged me to a con, and I was like, people dress as these people! Wow, this is great! And that was the beginning of the end.
I got introduced to cosplay by Emmy. I think I was already into like some video games and stuff. Like I was really into Zelda, and I had discovered like the fan art and fan fiction community, but I hadn't really discovered cosplay or cons or anything. And then I think, was it like sophomore year of high school, we went to OhioCon. So we went to OhioCon together, and I didn't cosplay at that con, but I saw a lot of cool cosplays, and so the next time I went to a con, which wasn't until like 4 years later, that's a lie, I think it was 3.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but anyway, that time that I went to a con, I cosplayed. Yeah.
I'm going to do that after every question. And the earliest picture that I can find of me cosplaying is from trick-or-treating in like 2008, I think. So, a long time.
What were you dressed as?
I was Toby from Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a great first costume. We'll more on that later. Great.
Yeah, I was into Lolita before I was into cosplay. So I did Lolita since around like 2009, 2010. But I think I've only been cosplaying for like the past 2 or 3 years.
That number is somewhere around 15 or 16.
So many.
Yeah. It feels like kind of a lot looking back, but I was doing a couple every year, and a couple of them were like sourced from thrift stores, but I think I made the vast majority myself.
Okay. This is my 3rd cosplay that I've actually like done and created myself. I've borrowed a couple from Emmy before for cons. And then actually in addition to this, I've done one closet cosplay of Zelda. So like a modern AU Zelda. So this is technically like my 4th one.
She does a lot of really cute AU stuff, and I'm jealous.
Fun.
Mine was Toby from Naruto, and I wore that to OhioCon, I don't know what year. And it was so much fun because I was wearing a mask, so nobody knew it was me. So I got to be this crazy idiot nerd, and Naruto was in full swing at that point, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's Toby! Because he wasn't terrible yet, and yeah, it was a good time. It was a great first cosplay because I had some level of anonymity. It was good.
My first cosplay was Subaru from Tokyo Babylon, and I cosplayed with Emily as Seishiro. And that was at Colossal Con, I think 2 years ago?
I think it was 2012.
Yeah, or no, that would be 3 years ago then. Maybe it was okay, 3 years ago. So it was really fun, especially because it was like Tokyo Babylon is such an obscure show.
It's like Clamp's second thing, I think.
Yeah.
From the early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah,
so old.
It's 80s Clamp. And so then whenever people would recognize us, they would get so excited because they like never would see people cosplaying these characters. So they'd be like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a Subaru Seishiro cosplayers before and stuff. And so that was really fun. And I also like get really nervous when a million people recognize me and like want to talk to me and stuff. So it was great that we were like kind of from an obscure thing.
Incognito. Sneaky cosplay.
Yes.
And it's also fun because she had to lead me around by the arm the whole time because I was wearing an eye patch and had no vision on that side. And it was awful.
Yeah.
But great at the same time.
And I got to wear a top hat.
Yes.
So
that's always a good choice.
Yes.
I'm wearing it right now. I really like Ray as a character because he's like crouching, cool guy, hidden, huge dork, and I love that character type. And this particular outfit is my favorite because I remade the first costume that I did for him from the ground up because I wasn't really happy with a lot of the materials that I chose because I just did the whole thing in broadcloth, which is a bad idea because there's a lot more cool stuff that you can do than just matching the colors. So I remade it and I cosplayed with a couple of friends of mine and it was so much fun. And I'm really happy with how it turned out the second time. So this one's my favorite.
My favorite cosplay is probably Wonder Woman. I did the retro Wonder Woman costume, so it has the skirt. Because I already knew how to make really awesome fluffy skirts, so I was like, oh my gosh, she wears one, I'm gonna do this. And so it looks really legit, and it's really fun to wear because I secretly want to be Wonder Woman.
Who doesn't though? Like,
yeah, lame people.
Lame people. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I have all these different answers, and I think what I like the most probably is that it's acting without the pressure of everyone watching you. Because I probably would have gotten into drama if it wasn't for the stage fright. But I get to sort of step into another character and be that other character, but there isn't as much pressure, and it's so much fun to do, and it's so much fun to have this little community, and I've met some of my best friends through cosplay, so people.
Yes. One of my favorite things about cosplay, well, probably my favorite thing, is I like being able to see people's different interpretations of a character that I really love, especially because I do a lot more looking at cosplay than I do actual cosplaying. So whenever I see someone do something really cool, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't even, like, I didn't imagine that character wearing that or looking like that, but it's perfect for them. And I love when people do cosplays where they'll like tweak little things, or do things where they do like a really cartoony show and then make like a really realistic cosplay. So I love that kind of stuff.
It makes me think of like, okay, as an example, all of the show with the rocks.
Steven Universe, rocks. Yes, I love that show.
All the cosplays are unbelievable. And like, how did you get that from?
You have 4 arms?
Amazing. They have 4 arms.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. It's really... Hey! I have lots of those, but without being too overly negative. Negativity is my least favorite thing. There seems to be a lot of, at least on the internet, judgment in the cosplay community. Like those bad cosplay blogs need to die a fiery death right now. And I would highly encourage anybody who has one of those to go do something better with their lives, like go wash some puppies at the animal shelter, or make chocolate, or do anything other than that, because there's just no place for that at all. It's terrible. Don't. Anyway, off my soapbox.
I get really annoyed when people will just address me as whatever character I am and then not, like, recognize that I'm a real person. That happens mostly when I'm wearing my Wonder Woman costume. Like, people will, like, especially, I'll get a lot of, like, dude bros who will, like, critique me on, like, weird aspects of, like, the DC comic universe, and they're like, oh, well, like, the Justice League or whatever, and I'm just like, you realize that I'm a person, and also I don't know everything about DC Comics, especially not a lot of the older ones, so I guess people who treat me like a character and not like a person. Not a fan.
That's a good point. People are people too!
Yes!
I make most of them, and any that I don't make, any parts that I don't make, I usually get at the thrift store because I'm a cheapo.
I make some parts of them. I've made some parts in the past. I also do a lot of modern interpretations of characters, so a lot of them come from my wardrobe, because I like cosplaying characters who have similar fashion senses as me. Like my Meryl one and my Zelda one are like that. And then sometimes I'll see a character, realize that I have a lot of pieces that would work for their outfit, and then I can just worry about getting the rest of them. Yeah, so my closet mostly.
I don't think he's in the frame. I'm going to move it for a second. This guy right over here is like also this. It's like 3/4 of Edmund.
Also chainmail.
Also chainmail.
Legit.
I love Edmund as a character and have forever and wanted to make him, and now I feel like, oh, maybe I'm at a point where I can make this without being really frustrated about it all the time, and that's a lie, because I found out that velvet is made of Satan. Today I found that out, so terrible. Yeah, it's my most recent. It's in progress, and I have a lot more planned, but yeah.
My most recent cosplay is this one. I'm currently being Wendy Corduroy from Gravity Falls. A lot of my cosplay pieces for this right now are at school because I'm home on break. So my flannel is at school, my, white tank top is at school, and my other hat is at school. But I wanted to wear it anyway for this video because I love Wendy. So yeah. Me and one of my friends are being Wendy and Dipper.
That is technically all of the questions, but I really wanted to add one because I want everyone to answer it and nobody ever answers it. But I want to ask what your dream cosplay is. So what is your dream cosplay?
My dream cosplay? Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about this the other day. And now I can't remember what I came up with as my answer. I think probably either like Lady Hawk or Bethany's Warden outfit. I love those both, but they both have so much armor.
So much. I think mine is, at the moment, is Krem from Inquisition. But he's literally made of armor and belts, which are not my strong suits.
He's made of armor and belts and love.
Made of armor and belts, yeah. One day, it'll be done.
One day, you'll have the greatest cosplays ever.
We can trade.
We can.
So that is our video. That's my extra question, and thanks so much for watching.
Yay!
And we're supposed to tag people now, and the only person I know who hasn't done it is Abby, worstlolna. I don't know if you have any interest in doing this, but consider yourself tagged. And also, anybody who happens to be watching who wants to do this, I am tagging you, and I want you to say that I tagged you if you feel bad about being like, I just wanted to do this. So,
yes.
There you are. go forth and cosplay.
Tell us things about it too.
Yes.
Yay.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.